Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc. Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of going through a massive collection of antique toys that I bought. We're going box by box, searching for treasures, getting things ready for an auction sale that's happening in mid-December, and I've got my work cut out for me. So far, we found over 100 different things. I've got those set up and organized, but we've got to go through more boxes to see what there is. So let's start digging, let's see what treasures we can find, and see what's in these boxes. Let's go. Let's dig right into a box and see what we've got. Again, some of these toys are new old stock. Some of them were collected by the family over the years. Here we have a porcelain doll. Let's see if we can get an idea of her age. Not stamped in the neck, but she's got little porcelain shoes, little dress, kind of pale. More like she needs a little sun. She needs to get some color. But there are doll collectors, and so we shall add to the pile with the other stuff. Oh, there we go. This, I know they did make some of these as a promotion for Texaco at one point too. I don't know if it was that exact style, but it's got a working little battery operated outboard motor. You put the batteries in there and this thing would putt along through your bathtub or get lost in the middle of a lake. Neat little piece. I want to say 1960s, something like that. It's pretty cool. Get some of this packing paper out of the way. Make sure there's nothing in it. That one felt heavy. What's inside the packing paper but another this little plastic aircraft carrier. And another little aircraft carrier. This little tin, looks like a music box. Maine, Japan, and it looks like they're doing either karate or the world's first YMCA. It's the R-E-X-Y, it's the Rexy. I don't know what dance that is. There must have been like a little boat or something, maybe a little figure that goes on top. I'll keep that aside unless if I happen to find a little person that goes on there. What's this? The Romper Room Clapper Jack. Oh, I see. So a little Romper Room toy, still in the plastic. A little shaker. And this guy looks like he's missing an arm, but he's probably would dance. Little part off of a Ringer washing machine. I'm hoping that I'm able to piece together all of these toys. I'm hoping I can find his arm. Did he go on there? Oh, maybe. That's a perfect fit, but he looks a lot older than this. I guess, yeah, if that plays music, maybe he dances to the Rexy as well. This looks like a Barbie dollhouse elevator. Going up, madame. Maybe the rest of the dollhouse is here somewhere. Why are butlers always English? Why do they gotta outsource that? Very good. Oh, let's see. Feels like a human head. What is it? Oh, it's a little, like a little wobbly toy, clown wobbly toy. Paper mache. That's got to be quite old, actually. That could be teens or 20s era. They did not make paper mache toys for kids for very long, for obvious reasons. Because they just didn't last. Oh, that's part of something. Oh. Maybe it's part of that. I don't know. That's part of the discovery when you go through these boxes. You have to try and figure out, or I have to try and figure out, being the one here, where everything fits, where it all belongs. Little wind up round little clown. I mean, there's quantity of stuff, just sort of like the comedy and tragedy mask. I think the other one's probably in here somewhere. Something really wrapped up on the bottom here. What did they take the time to wrap up so carefully? That's what I want to know. Feels like a... Gross, it looks like a rib cage. What is it? Oh, it's a turtle shell. It's an actual tortoise shell. Well, wasn't expecting that in with the toy collection. That's why it's got the poor little turtley spine on the back. So that's an actual tortoise shell right there. Oh, the surprises you find inside of boxes of stuff. Oh, here's another space toy. If I can get it out. Buried at the bottom. Might have to unpack the rest of the stuff first. Let's see. Okay, well, here's a neat little... Oh, dear. Did he lose something? His little basket. Golden Jubilee. Whoa! I say this car's out of control. Who else is a big kid at home other than me? Battery operated, Japanese made, 1950s. If you look at it, if you look at these things close enough, oftentimes you can see the maker's name. Yeah, there it is on the back. The replicas would be made in China. The real ones are made in Japan, that is. And that's Kosugi. Anyway, it's got its trademark on it. A neat little jalopy battery-operated toy. It's a good size, too. It's not a small one. But he's got a lot of character. I'm sure he looks like he's driving and shifting and steering the wheel. That's a fun little thing, that is. And here we've got a box for a boat. Feels heavy. Let's see if it's in there. Yes, it is. So tin plate with real wood. Little runabout battery-operated boat in its factory correct box. That's like a little Chris Crafty type speedboat. Isn't that ever cute? Nice to have the original packaging still with something like that. All kinds of goodies coming out of here. Let's see. This looks like a little Western set. It is indeed. Wind it up. I'm sure it probably would have, or maybe not Western, more circus-like. It probably had a little, maybe like a marble or vehicle or something that went back and forth on it to amaze and wonder the people at home. I'll wind that up and see if it still goes. All right. This feels like that turtle shell did, but let's see. It is what looks to be a wooden plate. 1961, presented by U.S. Steel. Maybe it's plastic, actually. It looks like wood, anyway. New York World's Fair, featuring the monorail, the Unisphere, the heliport, Swiss Sky Ride, in the Federal Pavilion. It's a neat little collector piece from the World's Fair. And we've got, let's see. I was trying to get down to that little space-looking set down there. It almost looks like a Beetle Bailey type dude. He is... Something's happened with his face there. He's going to need some repainting. I wouldn't try it. It would just look like a happy face. Should I say that? I'm sure I could take my time and do something half decent, but... Oh, there's a little... That's a little earlier, maybe... well, it's still made in Japan, so I guess that would be probably 40s or 50s. It's a 1930s style race boat. Very nifty. And here's something with its original box. It's a little tin boxing set. Still fighting after all these years. And it has the original packaging. That's pretty neat, actually. Toys are always a popular item to resell because they're just neat. They're fun, they're colorful, they're neat to look at. Hornby Meccano. So So that might have come from a train set, maybe. This is what I wanted to see. This right here. Spaceman. And I don't see the... Where's the spaceman that goes on it? It's got the base. I'm hoping that what I'm finding is, well, there's a mix of good toys and then some that are just in not so great condition. Not that it's not neat stuff, but, you know, there's supposed to be a little man at the end of this thing. And these little dancing guys are supposed to have arms. Some of the stuff's in pretty good shape, but others, I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find all the bits and pieces that go with it. A little toy airplane. And there's like a wooden pull toy. That's in fine condition for what it is. Welter, it looks like it's German. Fisher-Pricey kind of looking thing. Musical mouse set. Oh, it is missing a head. I spoke too soon. Okay, well, lots more digging to be done through this box. It looks like a little mechanical automaton style little bear. These guys usually are walkers. They walk around. I'll get them out of plastic and show you. Yeah, that's an oldie, that is. And I can feel that his head articulates. His legs move, so he probably walks. Maybe he even stands up and looks at you. Gives you a little wink. And he's got a tail on there. Not in bad shape. I'd say he's in bearable condition. Yuckity yuck yuck yuck. I'll be the only one that laughs at my own jokes because they're really not great. And what's inside? Well, something with its box. Scale X Boats. Pristine luxury motor yacht clockwork. Is it in there? Yeah, the box isn't in great shape, but the toy is in there. So there's a little yacht with a little yacht box to go along with it. Or you get a little pile of stuff. I mean, some of these things are in pretty decent condition. Others need a little TLC. We're going to keep plugging away and keep digging to see what else we can find. Well, here's something a little more interesting. It's a train set, locomotive and gondola car, but it's, I guess they're calling that a gondola. That would have been your coal car. At least it should have been, because what are they expecting that train to run on if not coal? I guess it doesn't need coal because it winds up. And as I've discovered, it actually still works fine. It's got all its tin track in remarkably good condition with the original box. So that thing is pretty well pristine. And about time, too. Found something in really great shape. That's a cool little set. Let's go through this box. Next, we've got the Play With Me complete baby outfit with rocker. So I feel like this is one of those little dress-up dolly kind of sets. Yes, it is. It looks like it's got all the clothes and stuff in there that you cut out and put on. So that's a little bit older, this one. Probably early 50s, or late 40s maybe. We've got the, oh, here's neat. Donald's Paint Box, Walt Disney Productions. Here's a nice old Disney piece. Should have been a painting set inside, and yeah, really basic, but there you go. Some of the glues come off. But the little, it looks like the little paint pucks are all there. Boy, that's got to be an old set. Well, it's got Thumper on it. Right from the 40s. Really neat. And look, another Disney set. Donald and Daisy Duck with original cartoon costumes. That actually looks quite... Look at how old that bike is. That's like a 1920s bike. And there they are. A little dress-up set with Donald and Daisy Duck. Those Disney collectors out there would love something like that. And then you've got an Erector set, 100 toys in one. That box is awfully small. It's just an accessory set. The back of a truck. What do we have in here? Matchbox car. Cute little, it's like maybe a Comer delivery van. Ford Thunderbird. A Matchbox Boogie van. And that is a Johnny Lightning. Yeah. That's an almost red line. It has the red stripes on the tires like a red line does, but that's made by Johnny Lightning. Okay, so this box has not only some neat Disney stuff in it, but maybe a bunch of cool little toy cars. Little fire truck. I'm trying to figure out exactly how this stuff was packed and why. I mean, it was somebody at some point spent some time wrapping this all up. But, you know, the way it's in here, it's really hard to tell why something is with something else. And let's see. A little tin tow truck. That's a Corgi missing its tires and the wrecker on the back. It's a little disappointing when they spend the time to wrap up something that's actually damaged. It's not going to get much worse shape than it already is. It leads me to believe that this was not a discerning collector, or they had just a little bit of everything, good, bad, and otherwise, mixed in here. Okay, well, there's the cab for the truck. There's a cab. There's the back. And somewhere there should be some plastic wheels that go on the back. I feel like I saw those wheels in another box. That's why I'm going to keep collecting this stuff, just to make sure I find everything that goes together. Sort of the cars, not too many there's a few older ones in there, but nothing too spectacular. If I can find the cab for that little tin plate gas truck, that's kind of neat. I'll keep my eyes open for that. Actually, well, there is a tin plate cab. I don't think that's the right one for it though, but no, not the right size. I'll keep looking. I did find this though, Pinky the Juggling Clown. And yes, Pinky the Juggling Clown is in his box. That is a nice 1950s era toy with the original packaging, and it looks like he's got all his parts. It looks like he's in really good shape. So thank goodness finding some good stuff mixed in here. And what do we have here? Oh, I'll flip that around. Mary Bell, the doll that gets well. Look, Mommy, I'm well again. Oh, I need crutches and I must wear a cast because I broke a leg riding pony too fast. It's a doll that is constantly getting sick. It needs crutches because it broke a leg. She got chicken pox from her friend Bella. I told you not to go to Bella's house. I broke my arm when I stumbled and fell. Now I wear a cast to make it well. I have the measles and my spots are red. And then the follow-up one is the child services doll that shows up to check on the parents to see why their kid keeps getting broken limbs. But look, it's in perfect condition. I don't think it's ever been out of this box. It's still tied up with these little ribbons. It's got the tags on it. She's got her little sunglasses there. I guess you got to look stylish. Maybe, did she wear the sunglasses when she's better, or who knows? But that's a complete set. I don't think I've ever seen the Mary Bell doll that gets better set. It's kind of an odd but interesting concept. It's got little band-aids and stuff. But, you know, it nurtures that taking care of somebody sort of thing, and that's kind of sweet, really, at the end of the day. What a neat little thing that is. All sorts of stuff to go through. Forgot there was this 1950s era Disneyland thermos. I haven't found the right top for it yet, but it's a tin thermos, and that's kind of cool. There's some things in this box. It looks like they were maybe trying to sell at one point. I see some Donkey Kong games. There's a ColecoVision set in there. Some funky controllers. Some never opened Empire Strikes Back cards. You know, actually, if you find like a mint original Han Solo and get it graded and it's perfect, they can be worth quite a bit of money. I might set those things aside to look for myself, because you might be missing out on hundreds of dollars potentially of cards in there if they're in pristine condition after all these years. Well, that's cool. It's a ColecoVision set. I'll probably just run this through with all the games and everything like that. Got these unwrapped so I could see what titles there are. We've got Squish 'em Sam, we got Sewer Sam, Space Fury Minor 2049er, Donkey Kong, which is the first appearance of Mario from Super Mario, Ladybug, and Gorf. Cool. And you got these funky controllers and stuff too. It's a neat little set. Nice little vintage video game system right there. Well, this box is labeled Big Little Books. And it is. These, somebody had been trying to sell these prior to me. Lone Ranger, Bonanza. I will probably try and sell these, maybe not into some of them individually, like maybe the Batman and Spider-Man. But most of these will go up by the bundle full. I'm more interested in these old card games like Pit or Touring, which has such great graphics. I mean, if you're into old board games, or if you're into, you know, cars or even vintage kind of artwork like that, that's just a cool looking thing. And it looks like they upgraded it a bit with more modern cars at some point. Touring. Sherlock Holmes card game, that's an oldie. Parker Brothers. The Game of Lost Air. There's another one, 32 cards. Neat. Neat stuff. I really like these old board games. Very simple. Well, I should say card game. There's no board. These are card games, but still really, really cool stuff. On to another box, which was labeled Viewmasters, and not surprisingly, that's what's inside. But I'd not seen this one before. Have you guys? It dates to 1972, made by Gaff, and it's a talking Viewmaster. So I guess you put your Viewmaster slide in there, and it would actually give you sort of like a tour guide play-by-play of what you're looking at. That's kind of neat. There are some of the reels in there. I've never actually seen or had one of those before. That's kind of unusual Viewmaster. I'm used to your normal Viewmasters. Here's kind of another neat one here. It's the Disney Characters Favorite Gift Pack. And you've got, oh, there's a couple Viewmasters in here. I don't see the slides in there, but we'll make sure to put these together once I do find them, as somebody would want that just because it's got the Disney stuff on it. There are Disney collectors who will have a Disney shelf that doesn't have that on it, and they'll say, I need that. Oh, this is a stereo viewer, actually like 1800s, missing a lens. Set that aside. I shouldn't be in here with Viewmaster stuff. Oh, here's a big collection of Viewmaster slides. I bet the Disney slides are going to be mixed in here. Let's see. The Banana Splits. An NBC television program. Don't remember that. Looks like the stuff of nightmares. Maybe it was a good show. Maybe somebody watching at home was like, that was my favorite show. Don't you make fun of the Banana Splits. Snoopy and the Red Baron. Okay, I'm gonna find those Disney slides, which I'm sure are in here, and put them back in their proper box. Well, the Viewmasters are fun and kind of neat to go through. I remember my grandma had one of those in her closet that we were allowed to play with when we were kids, and the only thing she had were the slides to the Queen's coronation. The boredom of visiting your great-grandma's place. But good memories nonetheless. Oh, I'm opening up this box, and it kind of flopped open on me a little bit. Let's see if I can tuck it back in there. It is another doll, still brand new, with multiple outfits. This is the Mona Lisa doll. Has rooted saran hair that can be washed, waved, combed, and curled. From Valentine Dolls Incorporated in New York City. But look, she's got her, looks like she just got married. And she's in excellent shape, obviously, because it's been in this box since brand new. But that's pretty neat, wouldn't you say? A brand new doll in its box. On to the next box, from dolls to novelty beer can lighter. Formosa Spring Keg Draft Ale. Interesting, that's a table lighter. We've got some flat tins, some Winchester cigarette tins. I guess this must be some smoking paraphernalia. General Motors promotional lighter. Oh, it's a Zippo. It doesn't have its lid though, but if I can find the top for it, that's probably a decent Zippo lighter to have General Motors right on it. And where is it made? Niagara Falls, Ontario. Of course, General Motors still makes automobile parts and stuff in Canada too. Promotional lighters are always worth a little bit more. Buster Brown Textiles, that's a Zippo. And if I found one that was just plain like that, you could probably salvage the top off it. That one's in nice shape though. Old Zippo lighters are actually pretty desirable. Canada Olympics, that's a fake Zippo. 76 Olympic lighter. Still neat though. And are these boxes in here, are they all full? Are they empty? What's the deal? What's going on? Okay, the tins are empty, but there's a bunch of cigar boxes in here. And they are full with more little tins. It says it's fishing hooks, and guess what was in there? Fishing hooks. Oh, is the lure in here? Yep, okay, cool. Old fishing lures can be pretty collectible, especially the ones that move around and wiggle and do things. Oh, there's a cigar box that has not aged well, the Jap. Kind of a derogatory term used in the 40s. Is there anything in it? Nope. This might actually be a bit older than the 40s based on the graphics. Anyway, kind of an interesting box of stuff either way. Hopefully some more of these boxes will have stuff in it. That one's empty. There are some little things wrapped up in paper. I'm hoping advertising ashtray, Bottling Works. Who is it? Thomas Nicholson or Tuggas and Nicholson. Majestic Bottling Works. Oh, neat. Of course, automotive stuff, or if you can tie it to a specific event. That looks like a horseshoe almost. 2.5. It's got the all-seeing eye on it and a snake. Oh, that's not a horseshoe. That's this has got to be Masonic because it's showing the arch. I can't remember what that piece on top. The keystone, showing the keystone. So this is probably some kind of Masonic, made in Canada. Ooh, it's an Illuminati ashtray. Because they've got to smoke too when they're not trying to take over the world and so forth. Or some might believe. Don't you joke about the Illuminati. That's serious stuff. Blue top ashtray. Well, advertising ashtrays are cool. That's a neat box. Some good stuff. Not toys, but still neat. I had this on the wall and I thought I'd best come have a look at it. And I didn't realize how good it was. It's an original Barbie Queen of the Prom game. It's probably from the early 1960s. It's Mattel. I'm looking to see if there's a date on the side right now. I don't see one. But the best thing about this, look, it's still factory sealed. It's never been out of its plastic in all those years. Some Barbie collector is going to go crazy for that. And what's really cool, under the plastic says made in Canada by C&C Toy Company Limited, division of Mattel. So the Canadian stuff is always just a tiny bit more rare than the American stuff because there was less of us in Canada, so they produced less things. So that was produced under license for the Canadian market. That has got to be a rare piece. especially considering the fact that it's still factory sealed. And there's a lot of Barbie collectors out there. So wouldn't be surprised to see that one go for some pretty good dollars at the auction. In this box, there's something a little earlier than, it's before my time. It's the 1974 Fisher-Price Castle set. And it's got accessories, it's got the king and the queen, it looks like. And they're earlier, they're wood-bodied. This set's particularly neat. It's got trap doors and all sorts of fun actions and activities on it. The stickers look to be good. It's got the carriage there. But the thing that's always missing is this pink dragon. And this dragon on its own is actually worth about $80 Canadian just for that one piece. So a set like this all together with the bits and pieces, probably looking at about 150 bucks retail. Again, no idea what it'll actually sell for, but that's a really decent Fisher-Price set right there. I was taking a minute to kind of research the value of the Barbie game, and I couldn't find another one that was factory sealed like that. It is the original from 1961. They reproduced them in 1994, as it turns out. And even the reproductions can be worth $80 to $100. The original factory sealed could be a few $100s or more. So that was a good find. And factory sealed makes a big difference to collectors. Like this is a factory sealed 1980s G.I. Joe Cobra hydrofoil. It's still in the plastic bags on the inside. Really neat piece, and having it factory sealed really helps the value a lot. You'd think that somebody would want to put it together and play with it, but for a collector, they'll probably seal that thing right back up, get it graded, put it on their shelf, and just enjoy looking at it. It's like an investment piece at that point. So that was another good score that came out of that pile. I'm going to continue going through stuff. This is, just the second video we've done of this, and I've only gotten through, maybe, I want to say like a seventh of the boxes. That's very specific, but that's how it feels. It's gonna be one heck of an auction sale. We're putting this sale through December 18th at Kastner Auctions, kauctions.ca, and everything's gonna go up no reserve. So who knows what the G.I. Joe stuff or the sealed Barbie will go for. I guess we'll probably do a video afterwards and tell you how it went, but I've got to get the stuff out of the garage and off to a new home, and the auction is the best way to move a whole lot of product. So I'm going to get back to work here, get busy, and we'll do another video. So stay tuned for episode 3 as we continue our search of all of these boxes behind me here and see what treasures await. And I guess at the end, I'll kind of show you what I think the coolest stuff was that came out. So far, the G.I. Joe is still sealed in the box. That's really good, as is the Barbie set. But what else is going to come out of this lot? I guess we'll have to find out. Stay tuned, subscribe, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.